great. Get it thinking. Don't know why, lol. So white, guys. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Recently I did a video on what's known as the Bechdel Test, and it's basically a test to just kind of look at women's representation in movies and just to kind of get people more conscious and get people more aware of how they should make movies and TV. So while I was doing that, I realised that there was actually so many more tests that people apply to movies and TV that look at things other than gender, such as race, sexuality. So I thought it'd be interesting to do a video on those, talk you through them and see what we can learn and see what we can be more conscious of. So let's get started. So number one, there is the Mori test, and it's basically named after the main character in the movie Pacific Rim. I haven't seen it, but maybe you have. And basically it asks whether the whole point of the female character is to add to the male character's story. So in that particular instance, the woman dies like a few minutes into the movie or something. Sorry, spoiler, I am sorry. I need to say it at the point of the story, I'm sorry. Well, she actually has no role in the story anyway, so whatever, it's not that big of a spoiler, lol. So she dies a couple minutes into the movie, and it basically is to like further on her brother's story, like the male character. So it's like the whole point of her existence and death is to kind of ease into his role. So it's really interesting. So like, think about that. Is the sole point of the woman being there to add to the man's story or to make him look better or look more important, or is it about him basically? And if it is, that's probably not great. Test number two, this is also a really funny one and really depressing. Oh my god. It's basically this writer, Kelly Sue McConaughey, made up the sexy lamp test, and it's basically like if you can replace the woman in your TV show, your movie, whatever, with a lamp, and it doesn't alter the meaning of the movie or anything to do with the movie that much, then maybe there's something wrong and maybe you should consider rewriting it. Or like, I don't want to say, oh, just take the woman out, but like give her a better storyline, give her more lines, give her more of a character. Like if she can be replaced with a lamp, there's obviously not much going on. She needs more going on. Test number three, and this is a bit more general. It's called the Sphinx test, after this theatre in London, who basically just asks questions like, what is, kind of like the Bechdel, but it's like, what is, you know, one woman's relation to another woman? How are they interacting with each other? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it stereotypical? And it asks kind of how proactive or reactive they are. Like, you know, how does that look? And it was basically, and that's particularly in theatre, but it was basically made to, yeah, like just get theatre makers and writers thinking about how they write women characters, which is obviously, I know nothing about film or theatre, but I presume that, you know, kind of theatre is a bit different to TV and movies and stuff. So yeah, so it's kind of just to encourage them to get it thinking. Then, so they're still all about women. The next one is about LGBT characters, and it's called the Vito Russo test, and it was created by GLAAD, so GLAAD. They're this organisation in the States that's basically all about LGBT rights, and that test asks if there is a person who is identifiably LGBT, and if their sexuality or gender identity, and like, is it not part of their main storyline? Like, are they just chilling, being themselves, being gay, being trans, and it's not like the whole main point of their character? It also asks, like, kind of like the sexy lamp test, like it asks like, you know, is their contribution to this movie such that it would make a difference if they were removed, or if they were removed, would it not make any difference? So again, kind of gets you thinking. I just really like these tests because I feel like they really just get you thinking, and you just kind of don't watch anything the same again, and it's really good. I mean, like the Bechdel was literally the only one I knew of until I kind of went searching, and I was like, oh my god, there's so much going on here. So yeah, really, really amazing. Yeah, love it. Keep all these in mind, guys. Test number 5, and this one's about race, and so it asks, is a film that's not about race, does it have 2 non-white characters? So basically, like, so many oftentimes we see films that have like loads of people of colour in them, but of course that movie is about race or slavery or something else. So it's very nice sometimes then when you see a movie that's not about race, which is a lot of movies because people don't really like talking about race, don't know why, lol. It's nice to see those movies including people of colour, because that's nice and that's the right thing to do. So yeah, and I feel like I always, like, you know, I'm so like, oh my god, when I'm looking at movies I'm like, okay, yeah, people of colour, women, okay, gay, yeah, I'm always looking at things, and I feel like, yeah, I just feel like there's just, it's still so white, guys, so white. Test number 6, writer Nikesh Shula. I'm probably butchering that. Oh, sorry. This person asks whether there is 2 ethnic minorities that talk to each other for more than 5 minutes about something other than race. So again, similar to the last one, it's all about race, but that's not all these people are. Like, people are more than their race. It's to get people just talking about normal stuff and to be representative, because like, it's not like people of colour sit around all day long talking about the colour of their skin. They don't. Like, they get on with their lives and talk about everything. Just like I don't sit around talking about my whiteness. Like, to be honest, for many white people, it never occurs to them that they're white, and they never have to talk about it. Just keep in mind, guys. Test number 7 is known as the DuVernay test, and it's named after the director Ava DuVernay, and it asks whether essentially people of colour have roles in the movie that are not just scenery to white people's lives. So again, they're all similar. They're all questions, you know, these are all tests about like race and different things, but they're kind of just asking different questions and asking them in different ways. So basically, yeah, like, are the black people or people of colour just there to just kind of hang out in the background of the white people's stories, which is so often the case, and like once you like point it out, you notice it straight away. So yeah, good to keep in mind, guys. And finally, test number 8, Nadia and Leela Latif, who are with The Guardian, ask 5 questions, and again, relating to people of colour. So question number 1 is, are there at least 2 actors of colour? Question number 2 is, do they talk to each other? Question number 3 is, are they not romantically involved with each other? Because very often that's kind of a thing, like, oh yeah, just put like the 2 people of colour together in a relationship and sure you've solved it all. Like, what? Hilarious. Question number 4, do they have dialogue that isn't supporting a white character or like comforting a white character? Like, oh my god, like, your life is so hard, let me comfort you, kind of vibes. So yeah, keep an eye out. And then question number 5, the final question of that test is, are they just the magic stock character? So the magical stock character kind of vibe, it's very much a thing, and it's kind of like, you see it a lot, and it's like a black person is just put into a movie and they are there to save the white person's life. They are this magical black person, and it's not that they are like a superhero or like have powers or anything, but they're kind of a trope put in to like save the white person's life, and it's all about the white person, but the black person is there. It's kind of as a bit of a token, as to be like, oh my god, like, I can help you. And again, it's kind of like exoticizing people of colour, and again, it's all about the white person, and it's just like not good enough. So that's the 5th question. Are they this person, or do they basically, like, do they have their own life? Like, and that goes the same, you know, with LGBT people, with women, with people of colour. Like, do they have their own life that isn't surrounded by straight white men? That's basically like what we should all be asking ourselves. That's my own test. I'm gonna name that the Lauren Foley test. You can pass that on. So that is this week's video. I hope you learned something. I hope you watch things now with a different lens. It's kind of a little joke, little pun there, because lens, camera. It's probably where the joke comes from, to be honest, to begin with, which I've never thought about. So yeah, we're all learning things through the magic of art and dance. So yes, hope you have a great week. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do everything, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!